Hi guys, I'm Mitchell Dale and this is Rugby League Week's Friday Arvo Footy. Joined on the couch by Martin Lenehan, Rocco Luca from Rugby League Week. Thank you for joining us, boys. Now, I am pretty excited. Tonight's game is going to be a ball terror. We saw a cracker between the Bunnies and the Chooks last night. Tonight, just as good. Storm Brisbane. What a way to finish the regular season for Friday night footy. Yeah,
we've finished up with a mouth-watering round 26 with all the permutations with the final 8. This is going to be an absolute beauty. These teams, the 06 grand final, played some other epic finals against each other. Unbelievably though, Melbourne have actually beaten Brisbane 7 times in a row. I mean, they've been pretty tight, but then they've just had this run of 7 straight. And as Big Ben Hannant, the polar bear, says, boys, forget the hoodoo, we don't care about it.
No, honestly, you don't think of that at all when you're playing. You size yourself up as a forward, you size yourself up against their forward pack and see where you can match it with them, where you can get an arm wrestle them. But I don't think I've ever gone in the game going, they've beat me 6 times in a row, whatever it is. It's more the fact you're going an 80-minute contest, you're going to go out there and give it your best. And we're very confident we know our role and we stick to it and 17 players execute it, that we're going to stay in the arm wrestle.
Yeah, stuff the hoodoo indeed. Look, I mean, that's the way Brisbane have to approach this. You can't be worrying about records or history. But look, it's a huge task for them against this Melbourne side, who they're not usually in this position where they need to win the last week to guarantee a spot in the top 8.
No, they're not. But Mitch, the good thing is that they control their own destiny. And in fact, if they do win and results go their way, whereas if Penrith lose and the Cowboys slip up, then they can snatch a top 4 spot, and that'll be a big coup for them. So. Craig Bellamy was pretty keen to point that out this week.
There's a lot of games this week that that'll shape the 8. So all we know, if we get the result we want, we'll fight. We'll live to fight another week. So hopefully that's the case. All our thoughts are this week is our focus on our preparation, and then hopefully that'll lead to a good performance on Friday night. And we know we're up against a really good side. They've had a couple of really good weeks the last couple of weeks. So it'll be a tough game. Having said that, we can't rely on what they do or what they don't do. We can rely on what we do, and that's what we need to get right this week.
Yeah, look, I think the other thing that you've got to consider with this game is no Sam Thaiday for the Broncos. I thought he's been fantastic this year. A lot was made of him losing the captaincy this year. Whether or not it's just a coincidence, but I think it's freed him up to play some really good footy. He's been in some really top form for the Broncos. They are going to miss him big time.
Mate, absolutely. Look, he makes a lot of those hard yards up the middle, leads the team. That's what you've got to do against Melbourne. You've got to beat them up the middle third and then set the platform. The Broncos have been great in the backs with Hodges and Barber, Jack Reed, scoring plenty of points. I think going down to Melbourne without one of your key men in the forwards, though, is going to make a huge difference. What that leads to, of course, though, with Sam not there, is Justin Hodges, our man on the front of Rugby League Week this week. The boys are just saying how calm he is. Now, they had Matt Gillette wrongly put in the bin last week. Hodjo didn't lose his rag, kept it under control, or so the boys are telling us anyway.
As they say, it's somewhere where he probably would have lost his trolley completely in the past, but he just said, whatever happens, happens, let's move on. I think it's a real sign of his maturity as a leader and a player. He's really taken the next step, playing some great footy. He's so important to them tonight as well.
Yeah, no doubt. He's always important to them, but tonight especially, Hodges really has to step up, and like he has the last few weeks.
Boys, look, I think one of the other really important things about Justin Hodges he brings to the team is the knowledge of, intimate knowledge, having played so much footy with Slater and Smith and Cronk, the big 3. Now, everybody knows the threat they pose. Ben Hannant mentioned to us earlier this week about how he thought they might combat them.
The thing is, they do all the little things right. Their kick chase, they pressure your kickers. So if you don't finish your sets off well, you know that Cooper Cronk and Cameron Smith are the best in their position. It seems like they've got all the time in the world for their kicking game. Their combinations are really well. Their forwards lay a nice platform for them and allows their big 3 to do what they do. Then you got Will Chambers and those sort of blokes are in fantastic form doing what they do. So we know on their day they can beat anyone. But it's a matter of us making sure that we're on our day, and we're confident if we're at our best, we will be able to hold up against any team in this comp.
Yeah, it's one thing talking about it, it's another thing doing it. I mean, they've done it at every level. They've done it grand finals, origins, tests. That's the key. Obviously, the key is how they control Smith, Slater, Cronk.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think Melbourne playing at home going to be too good for me. Tight game. Brisbane have been scoring plenty of points. Hodges will be dangerous. Barber's in great form. I just think too much to play for Melbourne. They'll get them by 4.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you there. Like Manly, Melbourne is such a big game team. We've seen it throughout this past decade. But I disagree in that they're the big three. I think they're the big four now. I mean, Jesse Bromwich has just been an absolute beast this year for them, and he's so important, and they'll just have too much firepower for Brisbane.
Yeah, look, I thought it was always going to be a tough task to go down there and cause a boil over. Let's face it, it will be an upset if Brisbane can beat Melbourne. That's with Thaiday. Without Sam Thaiday, it just becomes almost an insurmountable challenge for them. I'm going to tip Melbourne. I think they'll keep their season alive. Potentially they'll be in the top 4 on results. But boys, cracker of a game. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back with Friday Arvo Footy next week.